that's my general briefing. I'm going to let Chief Deputy Keeley talk to you about that, and then after this we'll answer any questions.
Good morning. I'm Pat Keeley. I'm Chief Deputy with Pligadot County Sheriff's Office. I'm primarily going to talk to you about the evacuation zones. Right now, as of 10 o'clock this afternoon or this morning, the evacuation zones are still in place from that as they were implemented on day one. Nothing's changed. A map showing the zones. Level 3 zone, which is the immediate evacuation area that was conducted on day one, is basically from the fire line south to Brooks Memorial Park on both sides of the highway, including all of Sadis Loop Road. The next southern boundary, the level 2 zone, which is a potential for evacuation, is going to be Box Canyon Road north to the southern boundary of the level 3 zone, which would be the Brooks Memorial Park. However, it's only on the east side of 97. And the level 1 zone, which is an advisory level only, is going to be basically Box Canyon Road south to Woodland Road, with the east boundary being a section line, and I don't have the section line identified, but it's going to be just to the east of Munson Prairie Road and Twiggs Lane, up north to the Box Canyon intersection, and again all east of Highway 97. Yesterday, the Sheriff's Office started notifying the vicinity of Cleveland and the town of Bickleton of a level 1 evacuation zone, and that zone includes all of Bickleton on the east side, down through Middle Road over to Dury Road, following the Bickleton Highway to Box Springs Road, north to Pine Creek Road. And again, that's only advisory, and there have been no changes or alterations. Earlier this morning, on the KCSO Facebook page, mistakenly Bickleton was listed as a level 2. That's erroneous. It's still a level 1. In the level 3 evacuation zones, the Sheriff's Office have been providing security patrols in that area, and we will continue to do so. There have been no reported problems of a criminal nature in those zones, and we're continuously monitoring those areas. I'll touch real briefly on the road closure as far as it pertains to the Bickleton Highway. Bickleton Highway is open to through traffic and residents. We are trying to work with the Washington State Department of Transportation to find alternate routes in and around the Bickleton or the fire zone. Right now we're suggesting that motorists, if they're trying to get into the Yakima Valley, use Highway 14 to State Route 221, which is takes you up through Patterson and into the Prosser area. That's the best route that we have right now for people that need to get into the Yakima Valley. I have nothing further. I'll turn it back over to Josie, and
so we can just start asking our questions. Nate, just go to you.
Yeah, I'll go back over here.
Okay.
So one of the things I'll just go ahead and add here, and checking my notes, is our weather pattern is going to hold for today. Today is Friday, isn't it? Yeah. So sometimes I lose track of days. Today and tomorrow, Sunday, we're expecting a little bit of a change, in which will actually bring us a little bit more favorable conditions. The temperatures will come down 10 to 15 degrees. Our relative humidities will probably stay about the same, but the key to this one here is the winds will start dropping off a little bit, so we won't be dealing with the winds. So it'll be much more favorable conditions for us on Sunday for fire, take care of fire operations.
Are you still have no injuries, no structures damaged at this point?
No structures that I know of at this point. We did have one minor injury here in camp, actually. It wasn't an injury, it was a medical due to heat. Mm-hmm. But that's the only medical issue that we've had on the incident so far. Now it was one from yesterday.
You were planning to set up big tank to make your own retardant. Has that happened?
That has not happened that I've heard of yet, but I know that is one of the things that we are working on happening. Sometimes in our logistical chain, just getting all the parts and pieces showing up at the right time. Yesterday though, they were scouting out locations to place that stuff there.
Okay, and one more, air assets come in.
Air assets, yes. We have one Type 1 helicopter, a K-MAX, assigned to the fire right now. We have a Type 2 helicopter that's assigned and I believe is supposed to arrive here today. We're still waiting on a fill on an order on 2 more of those, and we also have an order fill on an observation ship. Out at the airport, we actually have several other aircraft, and I believe there's 1 aircraft down at Dallasport. Those are for us to use, but they are IA ships, so if they have to go to an initial attack somewhere, they have to peel off. But they're there for us to use if they do not have any other missions.
Okay.
I've got a sort of a compound question. If I understood you correctly, that map is as of yesterday.
This is of yesterday about 8 o'clock last night.
Okay. And because of the smoke and the increased smoke that you anticipate, you're not going to be able to get an aerial surveillance to update that map today?
Our air attack will be up, and we'll be trying to do that as much as we possibly can. Sometimes when we come out here in these lines, it's also a blend of what people see on the ground, stuff like that, to be able to put that together.
Can you tell me where on that map the BAI road is and where that radio tower is off of that road? Because from our vantage point at Sadis Loop, it looks like it's gone far west of what that map indicates, and it appears to be burning mostly brush. The sort of timberline is stopped. So, but if the wind shifts southwest, it could then, in theory, pull it.
Right. Sometimes I believe that road that you're talking about. You know more familiar with this than me. I believe that road's right in this general area here.
Which road are you referring to? The
The
BIA?
BAI at the top of the
The
pass.
west side.
Yeah, the west side of it.
Oh, the west side.
I think. Where's the origin? This is going to be the Ridge Road, what we call the Ridge Road that goes up to the ski.
The ski-
Is that the one you're talking?
ski- Yeah.
This is going to be right about here.
Right, and you've
I
got,
think it is right about here. So the fire hasn't quite gotten down to that Ridge Road yet.
And this is where yesterday and last night they were able to get some of the line in there, and that's where we're concentrating today.
a back burn type line.
Well, it's black, what we call black line. It's where we build a line, and we build the line as close to the fire as we can, and then we burn. We take out the fuels in a fire that we can control. Now, the reason we do that at night, we can control the fire. Here about noon, 1 o'clock, when our Haines index are uplifting, the atmosphere becomes unstable, we don't want to put an extra fire on the ground. So that's why I say, especially in this country here, we get a lot of line built at night, and with the fire and stuff like that, to be able to do that. Like I say, we have 8, there's probably 600 people out there on the ground right now.
Pat, are you not advocating people taking the Bickleton Highway to go
For through traffic, if you're a resident in that area, that's what we're recommending. It's causing traffic congestions and problems, and truck traffic that is on that road it's not a very good road for truck traffic. And what we're trying to do is mitigate through cooperation right now to limit that traffic to people that are trying to go home. But it is open, but it's starting to get congested. It's starting to get dangerous with all the amount of traffic that's going on there. And the citizens of Bickleton are concerned of the speeds that are occurring in the town of Bickleton. And so we're trying to mitigate that by trying to seek cooperation to utilize alternate routes.
And the other thing too, along that, we have a cooperators meeting just before this here, and that was brought up. The other thing too with that is, a county road system. The road is built, can handle semis, and we do the semis for farm to market type stuff. But it's not really designed to have 300 semis on it in a day. So we don't want to cause road damage and stuff like that, which is going to come back into life. So